Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show tonight. You're here with us live on YouTube, and tonight is our first performance as our name that we've given ourselves, the Improvocateurs. It is also the last performance of the year, which is probably a good thing to see 2020 go. But this is a very exciting show. So we are a group of creative and inspired student improvisers and performers that are training under the guidance of Synergy Theater, School of Improvisation. And if we were not in this global pandemic, we would be out there in the real world performing for you live. But here we are doing it to the very best of our abilities on YouTube live. So if you're watching us live on YouTube, and you would like to get logged in to your YouTube account, you can chat to us so that we can get a suggestion from you at the top of the show to help our improvisers get started. So please log in and look for the YouTube chat box, and I will ask you in just a moment for a suggestion. Tonight's performance is based upon the Armando format, which Synergy often performs as the spontaneous combustion format, in which we will have a few stories sprinkled throughout our show. Our storytellers will provide us with actual stories that are inspired by the improvisers and by the scenes themselves. The scenes are also inspired by the stories. So it's a lovely kind of back and forth. By the end of the show, you may feel like you know us really well. Hopefully you do. So let's get some suggestions. I need you to be logged into YouTube so that we can get a suggestion for you to start the show. The suggestion I'm going to ask you for is to think about your week so far, and you can stretch it back, make it a longer week if you need to, and tell me something surprising that showed up in your life this week. So, I mean, that could be a lot of things. It could be a new job, maybe your wallet got stolen, or you found a long lost love that you never thought you'd see again, or maybe it's a stray dog. Just think back on your week and let us hear something surprising that showed up in your life this week. And I'm going to be looking at the YouTube chat to see if anybody gives us anything. And because we had some technical problems at the very top of the show, we might be missing our audience, unfortunately. So, we've got an excellent suggestion. So we have from Gina, I found a hammer that I didn't know I had. This is wonderful. Gina found a hammer that she didn't know she had. And Lynn found a huge bag of caramel corn. So I'm going to let the improvisers work with that. A hammer that they didn't know they had, and a huge bag of caramel corn. Both are lovely things to find. Okay, audience, we thank you so much for the suggestions. We will begin our show using the suggestion of hammer and maybe caramel corn, maybe how they come together, I don't know. But however that turns out, I hope that you enjoy our show and enjoy this performance as the Improvocateurs for the first time, and have fun.
I'd rather be a hammer than a nail.
I got a little bit hammered last night.
Oh. I have a hammer that barely ever gets out of the toolbox.
My favorite shark is a hammerhead shark.
I used to have a little red hammer when I was a little girl.
I now have 3 hammers because my children keep taking them and losing them.
I always feel a little guilty when I get my hammer out and I start pounding something because I know that my neighbors are like, what is she doing?
I recently hurt my arm using a hammer with too much intensity.
Sometimes I can be a little too intense.
Hanging up pictures has almost cost us a marriage.
Every time I buy a new picture, it usually sits on the floor for like 2 years before I hang it up.
So I used to have this job down in Fremont. So those of you who are in the Bay Area know where that is, but if you don't, it's kind of the Southeast Bay, and it was kind of this typical office space kind of job in tech. A bunch of us working in cubicles and answering phones and filling out useless reports and that kind of thing. So lunch hour was always a big treat, right? We got to go find some place to go eat in the mall. So one day, me and my buddy Tom Nevins got in the car and started driving towards, I don't know, some generic Chinese restaurant. It was a sunny day out. We were feeling good. I think we had like made our number for the month, with 5 days to spare. So we were super happy. We were driving along and we realized, we got to go put some gas in the car. So we pull into some AM PM and we're hanging out, filling gas. And all of a sudden, like these two like cherried out convertible Mercedeses pull into the gas station next to us. And who's in that car but MC Hammer and his crew? So they're cruising around Fremont because he lives in Fremont, and I guess he needed some gas and maybe some munchies at the AM/PM, and so we hung out with Hammer a little bit at the AM/PM while he pumped gas, or got one of his boys to pump gas, and it was pretty cool. Just a day in the life of a working stiff in Fremont, California.
Well, Valerie, I just want to say it's really nice of you to invite me out to lunch, being the new guy and all. I just appreciate it.
Hey, that's what I'm here. I am the greeter for our new employees. Good to be here with you, John.
Oh, so you're with me because that's your job. You have to be with me.
Oh, yes, I am the happiest person in our company. And so each new person that comes here, I am the greeter.
Okay. So are these like, are these like rehearsed lines you got? I mean, am I like talking to a robot or what's going on here?
Excuse me? I don't think I understand what you just said.
I mean, I joined this company because I thought I was going to have some real experiences with real people, and now I feel like I'm talking to a machine. Are you a machine or what? What's happening?
Oh, sir, I am so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're part of our team. We are really glad that you have chosen our company.
Hey, let me ask you a question. If I were to spill my glass of water on you, would you like short circuit, or am I in the Twilight Zone? What's going on?
Excuse me, sir, you seem really frazzled. Can there be something I help you with? Welcome to our show. Excuse me, what? Are you here today? What brings you here?
Hey, look, it's Vanilla Ice.
Martin,
You
Martin,
got-
I know I
Yes?
can be that suburban rapper. That's the category that's been missing from the Grammys. The suburban rapper from not Fremont, because they have one already. I can do it,
Right.
man. I can do it.
I
Track,
think it's a
I can rhyme.
a great idea, Cheryl, and you got a lot of energy. I'll give you that, but we need the money. We need a job. We need you to be.
Just send me out there, Martin. I can do it. I've been working on my rhymes.
Cheryl, we've been together for 15 years now, and there's nothing you haven't been able to do, but
You're
are
my
you
posse,
sure?
man. You're my posse. Yeah.
Rap is kind of hard. I mean,
I have a
So-
PhD in poetry. I can do this, Martin.
all right. So, like, tell me what's in your soul that you really want to get across.
About the Montessori school we sent our kid to, it didn't work out. I'm just working on that rhyme. It's just a little challenging, but
Yeah, I could help you. Maybe we could talk about good times in history at the Montessori. Oh, damn! You better do the poetry.
Hey, kid, you can't touch that.
My mom said I could touch it whatever I want.
Here we don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I
No,
thought at
no, no.
Montessori we could supposed to explore, and it's supposed to be a loving, kind environment here. I don't like you, Miss Maggie.
Susie, I told you that we don't wear parachute pants and we don't touch things.
My mom says I can wear whatever I want. It's a freedom of expression.
I know, but I've never seen pants quite that big, and when they're falling off your bottom, they don't belong here.
I have a nice bottom, don't you think?
It is very cute.
I found 400 Cracker Jack wrappers all over the floor of you girls' room. You know that makes Mama unhappy.
We've been saving up. We've been saving up to buy that spaceship that I saw in the back of the comic book. Right, Margie?
Yes, Erica and we were gonna surprise you.
Were you two playing robot again?
Yes, we were.
Oh, you make me so proud. I never thought I'd have two daughters that wanted to explore space as much as I did.
You mean you're not upset about the Cracker Jack wrappers and you're actually proud of us?
I was upset you didn't include me.
Mom, look, we have an adult-sized astronaut helmet that would fit you just perfectly.
Oh, you are the best girls ever.
Mom, you're too legit to quit now.
So, growing up, I was the youngest of three, and three boys. So, like in any kind of male-dominated household, we collected a lot of crap, bottle caps, um, whatever. But baseball cards was kind of the big thing in our house, and we had them everywhere, all over the place, all the time. And it used to drive my dad nuts. He'd come home and put these cards away, and blah 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 blah. So one day we were kind of out with our cards and doing whatever we do with them, looking at them and trading them and throwing them at each other. And of course, I was probably getting the worst end of every deal, being the youngest. So my dad comes in and he says, "Hey, I got this great idea for you guys to organize and store your baseball cards so they're not all over the place all the time." And we're like, what could this possibly be? This is going to be great, Dad. So his great breakthrough idea was to take a old school paper punch, and we would punch a hole in the top of the card, and then we would store them on clothes hangers in the closet. So we thought this was super cool, right? So we just started going to town on these baseball cards. And of course, in there's probably a few Mickey Mantles, a Tom Seaver rookie, some Willie Mays. So, think of a baseball star in the late 60s and early 70s, and we probably had it. And we probably had a couple $1,000s worth of baseball cards now that have become the Hole in the Head gang. So, of course, I have possession of the Hole in the Head gang, and those are now mounted on the wall as a special collection in my house.
Ms. Johnson, I want to welcome you to the Hole in the Wall Library. And this is your hole punch. Each book, you put a hole in it and then you hang it up. No shelves anymore, Ms. Johnson.
What about the system, the organizational system for books? I went to school for that.
Dewey? No,
Yeah.
we don't do Dewey here. We do Tom Seaver alphabetizing. A to Z, strung along the ceiling. What do you think, Miss Johnson?
I'm thinking this is not a real library.
Blasphemy. Under B, blasphemy.
There is no way I'm going to put holes in books.
We have someone in the union that can do that. If you don't want to do that, then you could be the one who actually hangs the books.
I do like to get up on ladders.
Miss Johnson, we have a position here for you.
Mom, you sold my comic books? What were you thinking? You're embarrassed to talk to me. You're just moving your lips. You need to talk to me with real words.
Okay, listen up. I know you got potatoes growing in those ears, Tommy. It was an absolute fire hazard in your room. Your dad and I were concerned for your safety. They had to go.
I had comic books going back 25 years before I was even born.
They're just garbage. There's no value to that. I want you to read things like War and Peace.
Garbage. That garbage was going to be my college savings. I can't count on you and Dad.
That's true. You are going to have to get a job, maybe at like Burger King.
I had Superman, I had Archie, I had all of the Avengers before they were even Avengers, and you sold them. I hate you, Mom.
I have something better for you. Here, Henry. Take it. Take it.
Cake. I like cake.
Cut into the cake.
All right, let me see. Shopkins inside the cake? The rare Shopkins?
Yes. Now that doesn't make it for it.
Roger. 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 Oh, my darling. You know, Roger, the Dewey family has such a large reputation to uphold, ... And I do hope that you can get over your stuttering problem with ... It's a problem in the family, Roger.
Well, Sylvie, my issue is I can't stop organizing everything in the house, and I can't figure out where I should put this.
A book.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what makes you think books are so important to ... put them in order?
Well, see. The issue is that I have so many things that I have taken pictures of everything, and I have put it in several books, and in order to find where anything is, I need to have it organized. Now this is a fiction book about nonfiction writing, where I don't know where to put it.
Well, ... Try this. Try this hole punch. ... And punch holes in it. That'll just make it much more logical. ...
I'm calling a meeting. I'm calling a meeting of everyone on every shelf. Are you all tired of being organized? I know I am. Can I hear it for organization? You over there, Balzac, where would you like to be? With the glasses.
Well, Balzac starts with B, right? You would think, though, that it would come after anything having to do with round objects, even though it's not spelled B-A-L-L. Balls.
Can we give a cheer out to Balzac?
And I'm
Okay,
tired, by the way, of being called ball sack.
good point. Good point. Okay, you there with the blonde hair, the long blonde hair, Chaucer, where do you want to go?
You know what? I'm just tired of thanking my goods and telling them they give me joy or they gave me joy and then letting them go. Why should I have to let them go? Maybe they still give me joy.
I think it's time we unionize. That's what I think.
A union to disorganize. I like that idea.
A mashup of titles.
Best of all worlds.
Yeah, an Orwellian world.
Speaking of Orwell, what do you think about just tearing all of our pages out?
So I think it was junior year in high school. We were doing English literature, and we were reading Joseph Conrad. And my teacher was Mrs. Neal, Jan Neal, and she used to bring her dog to class. So we were reading this short story by Conrad. You may know him from Heart of Darkness, but he wrote a lot of short stories too. And he wrote this story called The Secret Sharer, which was about a stowaway on a ship, and the captain discovers him. But the stowaway helps this captain navigate some rough, stormy waters, and winds up being the hero of the story, making the captain look good. And so we were discussing the story and the themes of the story. And Mrs. Neal had brought in the senior English teacher, Gene Salisbury. And Salisbury was sitting there kind of leaning back in his chair, very professorial and kind of showing off his English literature chops. And everyone in this class was just flailing at, why was this guy so important, or what was the theme of the story? And I remember just kind of sitting there thinking, like, wow, we're kind of trying to make a big mountain out of a molehill on this one. So I just kind of casually raised my hand, and in a 16, 17-year-old kind of crappy frame of mind said something like, well, the captain was a chicken, and he had to have this secret sharer guy kind of like be his conscience and prove to him that he could actually sail worth a dime and prove his stripes. And you would have thought, like, somebody just won a Nobel Prize for literature in that stupid class, because old Gene Salisbury jumped out of his chair and wanted me to write a college level thesis on this thing. And heck, I just wanted to get out of the class and get to lunch, because I think they had pizza in the cafeteria that day.
Excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. Miss.
Yes.
Yes.
Which miss did you want?
Well, both of you, if you're together, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to bring that pet iguana into the ballet. Just because you put a little vest on it doesn't make it a therapy animal.
This is outrageous.
You don't want to see us without the iguana.
I will talk to Mr. Salisbury, Mr. Gene Salisbury. Do you know who he is?
Of course. The answer is still no. We have it posted. No iguanas in the ballet.
Well, what if we put these large...
I'm sorry.
We always talk over each other. Yeah. Go ahead.
Missy, I was deferring to you. Please show this person what the iguana can do.
Well, let me put these large balloon pants on him instead of the vest. Will that make you happy?
He can also rap.
That's correct.
I suppose I could put you in the green room. You could watch the ballet from there.
Well, that might just do. But I will have to speak to Mr. Salisbury. I'm going to see him now.
Mrs. Watson, I can't believe you've created this wonderful steak. This This food is just amazing. And it was frozen.
I have been working on this steak for years, but I think I've perfected it, but I can't decide what to call it.
Not sirloin. It's not New York or ribeye. It's got its own texture.
I was thinking Edinburgh, but I'm not wedded to it.
Yeah. I had this English professor. I know it's crazy, but he made such a big difference in my life. His name was Gene Salisbury.
Salisbury? Did he wear those cord jackets with the patches on the elbow?
He did.
Those jackets are the exact same color as my sauce.
I believe we've got it.
Salisbury steak.
When I was 14, I had moved to a new town right before high school. And I got sick within 3 days of starting school. So on a visit to my grandmother's and ended up in the hospital and missed the first few days. When I came back, I was sent from my English teacher to go to the library and get a book. Well, having not been from that town, I had no idea where the library was and ran into some seniors there. And of course, they led me astray. And by the time I got back to the homeroom class, there was just really no good time to like pick a decent book. So I just picked the first thing off of the shelf and like made it to class there, and ended up picking a book that we were going to talk about in the spring, and was told in front of the whole class when I went to try to do my book report that I was getting an F. And of course, I didn't really know anybody at this school, so I remember being completely embarrassed about it, and it had a very long impact on me for the whole time I was in high school.
Marjorie? Oh,
Yes, Gladys.
I've been in this library for 15 hours waiting for some sophomores to come in so that I could take them astray.
Can I take them astray with you?
Oh, I would love that.
So
Where
if
do
they,
we go ahead?
what did you have in mind? If they come in looking for Shakespeare, we show them what?
We take them down to human sexuality.
I was thinking the same thing.
And then when they're looking at human sexuality, we slip in a plant biology book with illustrations.
What if they're looking for the secret garden?
Well, I suppose, what could we substitute that with? Oh, hello, God, it's me, Margaret.
This won't get old.
Well, not as old as we are, for sure.
No.
It's tough being a senior.
Donnie?
Yeah,
Do you
Joe.
know why I've called you in after class today, Donnie?
Can't imagine why, sir.
You seem to be focusing much more on your football than you are on your Chaucer.
I got it down. What's Chaucer going to do for me, sir?
Chaucer will enlighten you. Chaucer was quite the athlete himself in his day. Did you know that?
Playing what? Horseshoes?
Renaissance, what we might call soccer. They played it with a pig's bladder.
Catch this spiral, sir.
Listen to me, Donnie. If you keep this up, I'm going to have to give you a big fat F as a grade for football. Do you understand me?
And the Dolphins already have a name on my contract, sir.
Can you even read that contract?
That's what I pay people for, sir. Do you want to get on my staff?
I'd have to think about that. Do you need a tutor?
No, not at all.
Jerry, are you in your room? Jerry, can I come in? Oh,
Come in. Give me just one second, Mom.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm opening the door.
Look around too much. Yeah.
Okay.
What is it? I'm here in the door. What?
Honey, I found this note. I think it fell out of your backpack. It's
not mine.
It's a get well card from all your friends. But honey, you're not sick. You have been going to class, haven't you?
Yeah. I go every day. Yeah. I hurt I stubbed my toe the other day, and oh man, it hurt like heck, double heck. So yeah, they're very sweet people in my class. So yeah, that's what it was.
The card says, "We're so sorry you've missed so much school," and it's signed by like 20 people.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because I was looking at my foot so much when it hurt it, and that must be what they were talking about, because I couldn't pay attention as much. I tried, Mom. I really tried it, but it hurt like he double heck.
Jerry, honey, I know this is a new school, another new school. I know we've moved a lot, but you can do this.
Mom, they don't like me.
I have had a fascination with dolphins since I'm a little girl, probably at least 7 years old. I was given a very nice locket around that age. And do I put a picture of that, of a family member? Grandma? Mom? No, I put a picture of Flipper in that and wore that very frequently. It was like my favorite little piece of jewelry to wear. And it wasn't until 2016 that I finally actually got to be really close to a real dolphin when I went to Australia and got to feed the dolphin right there in the ocean there on the last day of the trip. So it was a real highlight of our trip, and my daughter and I will never forget it.
Lou, this is the best tropical vacation ever.
I love it here. I love the humidity.
I love the air. It just comes off the water and I feel rejuvenated.
I feel refreshed and engulfed with saline and salt sea air. It's wonderful.
I want to go swimming in the water.
You know, I've been meaning to ask you about something. I've noticed that you're quite fascinated with water. Would you mind just pulling the hair aside from your neck?
You want me to show you my blowhole?
You have one. You do. I knew it.
I had to wait a little bit in our relationship to tell you. Some people think it's strange.
I love blowholes. Oh my gosh. Since I was a child, I would go to the park where they had these dolphins, and I would just stare at their blowholes and think, if only I could have one. Oh, What is it like to have a blowhole?
It's freeing. I mean, a lot of time you're seen like the new kid on the block because people treat you poorly if they don't understand. But there's other people like you. I knew it would be like you who can fully embrace it.
You know what? I carry this locket and it's empty right now, but I want a picture. I want to carry your picture, but not just you. I want a picture of your blowhole.
Oh,
Could I?
anything for you.
I'm going to get my camera. Oh.
Hey, Wonder Woman. You did one heck of a job on Dr. Mysterio the other day.
I did, didn't I?
You just crushed that. Good job. The way you like reeled him in with that lasso, that was great.
That's my specialty. You know, I've been working on it.
So, I've been meaning to talk to you a little bit about Aquaman.
Uh-oh.
I don't think he's cutting it.
Yeah, no. 15 fathoms, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he swims really fast and he can talk to fish and stuff, but he's just not pulling his weight.
I say we advertise.
Advertise for what?
On LinkedIn for his replacement.
Do you think we should tell him first, or do you think we should just find somebody new?
Just find someone new. Let them aqua it out.
Do we think we need another water guy, or should we just like go crazy?
What were you thinking? You're the idea man.
I was just thinking we need to get rid of the bum. But wow, now that you brought that up, I mean, the sky's the limit, right? Like we could
Chimney man.
somebody who can blow stuff up with his brain. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, soot man.
Soot man, what would he do?
I don't know, but we've been bogged down by Aquaman. We need to free
Yeah, I know.
ourselves.
I wonder if Soot Man can like blow a smoke screen and then we could come in after and like get everyone.
This is just one little idea in the first minute of this brainstorming, but Aquaman's out of here.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, I think you're right.
Charlie? Oh, Sue, I'm glad you're here too. Charlie, listen. Well, Sue, I'm going to tell Charlie our secret, okay? Charlie, Sue and I, we're mermaids. Uh-huh.
What? Mermaids?
Yes. And you and I have gone on 3 dates, and in our culture, that means we're married. And so now it's time for you to come with us.
So you're both mermaids. I mean, I guess it makes sense being sisters and all. But you want me to come with you in the water?
Yes. Yeah. It's time to leave all this dryness and come with us.
Okay. Well,
You're one of us now.
but I appreciate it, but I am not a mermaid. I cannot breathe in the water. I myself, I can't even swim. So I'm a little confused. Yeah, yes?
That's okay. All you need to do is kiss her.
And then what? After I kiss her, I'll just feel so great about myself that I will not mind drowning, or what?
Then
Magic.
you will be like us.
Like I'll be a mermaid too?
Merman. But yes.
I mean, if you got to gender it. But
Yes.
I'll be swimming underwater and breathing too.
Hey, Have you ever heard of Tom Hanks?
I have heard. He's the bosom buddy guy, right?
Oh, way before he became that guy.
It's our favorite movie. It's called Splash. Have you seen it?
It's only my favorite movie in the whole world. I can't swim. It's my biggest dream to not be afraid of drowning in the water.
That movie was based on our family, us.
Take me now. Take me under the sea. I'm ready.
When I was 7 years old, I was with my dad. He was taking me for the weekend, and we were in Manhattan, and we were by the little red lighthouse that's right by the George Washington Bridge. And my dad was trying to teach me how to fly a kite, which I had never done before. And there was a little park by this lighthouse. But for a moment, while my dad was out there flying the kite, I kind of went around around the corner, if you want to say, in the lighthouse. And I wanted to just try to feel how the water felt in the Hudson River. It was cold out. I had a big, thick London fog brown coat and a blue hat with a little puffball snowball on it. And I had a plastic bag with my belongings in it. And all of a sudden, I just couldn't reach the water. And I was on the smooth rock, and all of a sudden I slipped in with everything in my hands, and I didn't know how to swim. And so I panicked, and I could not even breathe. I couldn't even scream out. And somehow I managed to get my belongings up through the rock, my umbrella, my bag. And then when I finally managed to scrounge my way up to the top there, I went and hid behind the lighthouse, thinking that my dad would not even know that I was sopping wet, that I could just stand there and he would just come around and just think nothing had ever happened.
Gina, you are the most prepared little girl at our school, and you get an award. Every day you come with your umbrella, your London fog jacket, your plastic bag with your belongings. You are so prepared.
Well, Miss Peterson, I always feel like I was born prepared.
Is your father a Boy Scout?
He actually is a troop leader.
He's done wonders for you. Wonders.
Mrs. Peterson, maybe you can help me. He won't let me join the troop because I'm not a boy.
Oh, phooey on that. You must have clippers in that little bag of yours. We'll just shave your head.
That'll work. And then he'll let me in, right?
Absolutely, honey. Absolutely.
Oh, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
You know, my brother, he's in the troop, and he has really long hair.
There must be something else that they're judging this on, other than hair.
I don't know what it could be. I can build a fire. I can scale a rock wall.
How are you with knots? Can you tie knots?
Oh, not so well.
So when I was in second grade, our school had open audition for a talent competition. So I was 7 years old, and my best friend Missy and we were going to be in the school talent show. And so we were trying to figure out what we want to perform, and you could perform anything. And being a child of the 80s, we loved Madonna. And we're like, we're gonna do a Madonna song. And we planned out our whole outfits. We had the lace gloves, we had the pearls, we cut off our sweatshirts, we had the hair up with the big bow and teased it with our Aquanet. or mom's Aquanet, really. And we were so excited. We went to our teacher and we're like, we know, Miss Smith, what song we're going to do. And we went to her and we said, we're going to do Like a Virgin. And she was like, no, girl, sorry, you can't do that. And I remember talking to my friend Missy and going, do you know what that means? And I said, I don't know what that means. But my mom said it's when you haven't been kissed by a boy. And so, needless to say, we did not do Like a Virgin, but we did do Material Girl. And we performed it for our second grade class. And we were so proud of ourselves because we had a stack full of Monopoly money. And at the time, just like in the video that says, all the boys loved her, she threw the money in the air. And that was my big debut into theater, I guess, in second grade.
Lou, I've desperately been seeking Susan and I can't find her.
Oh no, where have you looked?
I was at the lighthouse and she just went around the corner and then I didn't see her anymore.
What are we gonna do? She's our only daughter. We've got to find her.
I know, I feel like she's been like sucked down some hole or something.
Oh my God. Have you called the police yet?
No, this is the fourth time this week we've lost her.
You put the Tile app on her, right? If you looked on Tile now, have you found her?
Didn't I ask you to do that?
Oh shit, you did. I'm
Oh,
sorry. Sorry. I've been
That's
so
okay.
stressed.
I should have done it. I knew you were so distracted with work that I shouldn't have asked you.
God, this can't be about us. We have to find Susan.
She's a smart girl, though. I mean, she has a good head about her. Most 7-year-olds aren't this smart.
I bet you she's inside the lighthouse. Have you looked there?
Check it. Oh, I just hope she didn't talk to any strangers.
You look inside the lighthouse, and I'll call the police.
Right.
We're gonna find her.
We'll find
We
her.
always do. We always do.
Jackie,
Jessie,
Jackie, who's that girl, that new girl?
I don't know. And who does she think that she can just like come in here and kind of like take over?
She's really cute. I love the way she dresses.
Yeah, you're right. She does dress really good. She's totally got a good fashion sense.
Are you go talk to her and like find out where she's from?
Me?
Yeah.
You know I'm not good at talking to other people.
Oh, come on.
No. I'm already starting to sweat just thinking of it. She won't want to talk to me.
Hey, beautiful stranger.
What's up?
What brings you around these parts?
Oh, well, I don't know. Something about these parts just bring out the wild in me.
It's like some lucky star shone a ray of light right on you and brought you to me.
Like a virgin in a way. Right?
Wow. Sort of. But hey, don't preach to me about that kind of stuff because, I'm wide open to, all kinds of things. I don't judge.
You know, you and I should just take off and go on a holiday.
And celebrate?
Totally celebrate.
That's what I say.
It's time.
Definitely.
So in college, I lived in a small Midwest town, and the town that I attended school in, the college pretty much was the town. It was that small. And I had I was going overseas for a semester to study abroad, and then I was coming back, and I didn't want to put down a full year's rent. So my friend suggested I share a room with her, and then I wouldn't have to be responsible for finding a full year's lease. So I agreed to do that, and come to find out, she ended up finding a place with some other friends of ours, it happened to be 5 other guys that were friends of ours. We all got along, which is great. Living in a small college town, there's not a whole lot to do. And so people would have house parties, and you didn't know the address of the house party, you just knew them by names. And when I came back from staying over in Scotland, I found out that our house name was Fishbowl. We were the Fishbowl. And we were known for the best parties in town. And so when I got back, I experienced for the first time what kind of parties we were having. And we lived in a duplex, and we had a party one night, and it's $5 at the door for a cup to drink as much as you want. So we'd have like 20 some kegs, if not more. And the parties were crazy. The furniture in our house got cleared out. The whole entire house was packed full of people, and it was the middle of winter. And what ended up happening, we'd have huge bonfires in the back, and so high that they were as high as the roof of our house. Well, the next morning we came downstairs, and we were going to put everything back, and the ground was sopping of just beer. It was disgusting. And when you open the windows, it would freeze. Here to come to find out, that huge bonfire was because people took all of our furniture and burned it.
Hey, Angel,
Yeah.
you ever
Yeah.
wonder about those kids out there? What they're doing?
I just know they're pouring shit into our home.
Sometimes when they put the flakes on top and they put way too much in there and they think we're stupid and we're going to eat it all, it really pisses me off.
Eel, we have friends. We can get them.
Who? Do you know an octopus?
I do. And a couple of dolphins who are aggressive.
Do you know an octopus that could get out of his aquarium and come over here and help us?
I'll put the word out.
Bubble signals?
Absolutely.
Angel, you're the coolest. Hey.
Halo.
They're starting a fire out there.
They're stupid.
I'm going to go into the fake castle.
Yo, dude, this party is just like so rocking. Oh, man.
A cup, and I didn't pay for it.
Man, did you even pay for the $5 coming in here?
I paid for nothing. I just handed them Monopoly money.
I bet it's because you're so good looking. They always let the good looking ones in.
You're always so sweet. I'm thinking we need to shake this place up a little bit. Turn something good on the stereo.
Hey, what would be really ironic?
Alanis Morissette?
Always. She's always ironic. But I was thinking, like, we go up into one of the bedrooms where all the guys are making out with our boombox and you play like a virgin, like a virgin, just like like a
I saw Louis heading up there, so it might be apropos.
Oh, he's always doing it. Who'd he date? Who's he shaking?
Oh, Dolores Umbridge. He's been after her for years.
She was so drunk. I bet they're gonna do. Let's get it.
Oh my God! I think he's making dolphin noises up there.
Well, Becky, here we go. Another 3 alarm up on the campus.
I don't know. I can't believe it. They've been doing those every year now.
I think we've gone up there like for the last 3 weeks and put out a fire. When are these kids going to learn? When's the dean going to come down on them?
It won't be happening. That one's the softie. He doesn't care about it because he's not the one who have to clean up after it like us.
Well, what are we going to do to teach these kids a lesson?
You're the one with the devil in your heart. Don't you have any good plan?
Devil in my heart? Look, I'm just a firefighter and I'm tired of going to the same stupid frat row, putting out the same stupid fire every Friday night because these kids are out of control. There's a whole town down there that needs us.
Yes, but I know that you sometimes, or you like to play those little pranks. I think you could be coming up with a good one for this.
What do you say? Like I should just let it burn down or something and teach them a lesson that way?
No, maybe light a fire under them.
It doesn't seem very ethical to me.
So the reason I ended up studying over in Scotland was because I had met the summer before Irish friends that at a beach club that I worked at. And the best way to go see them was to be part of this overseas Scotland program. So I literally lived in a castle that looks just like the castles that you see on the Netflix series, The Queen. And it was gray. It was as old as the castles you see. It was very damp. And the story was people thought there was ghosts in the house and they would see them in the library. And I never had seen a ghost or experienced it, so I didn't think it was real. Hell, one night while sleeping, I had this really weird thing happen where I felt like there was something kind of hovering over me. It scared me. I woke up and I told my roommates, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that just happened to the girls next door to us a couple of days ago." And I hadn't heard about it. So we started to compare stories, and what they experienced was exactly the same as what I had experienced. It was really creepy. And from the stories that we were told, they used to hide people back in the war days in this castle. So who knows?
Roger? Roger Dewey? Roger Dewey? It is me, Jean Salisbury, the ghost of Jean Salisbury here.
Oh, Jean Salisbury, haunting my castle again.
I was calling for Roger Dewey. I know he's in here too.
Yes, well, we've expunged the Deweys from the grounds. The Morses have moved in. Our code is much superior to the Dewey code. It's more dots and dashes.
You're kidding me. You've
I am a
gotten
Morse. I never kid.
Morse. You're brilliant. All these eons, Dewey thought he was the best. And even in my afterlife, he wouldn't leave me.
Now, Miss Salisbury, what keeps you coming back to this castle to haunt me so?
Morse, I need to tell you something. It's not just you I'm trying to infiltrate and haunt. It's Nessie. You see,
Nessie.
this window in the library. Do you see? The lock just beyond?
It looks quite impenetrable, that lock.
No, the water lock.
Oh, you're speaking that northern tongue. Yes, the lock. Quite.
This lock here, we can open that easily with our ghost instincts. But yes, Nessie, she's out there. I know it.
Damn that beast. I shall hunt her down. Put her head on the trophy on my wall.
Morse, if anybody can do it, it's you. If anybody can break the code of Nessie, it's Morse.
It is me. Quite right.
Will you join me?
Welcome
All right.
to Luna's Ghost Fighting Emporium, where all ghosts are as good as dead. How can I help you?
I'm looking for flowy see-through sheets. Mine are getting a little bit old looking and I wanted to refurbish my look.
This way. You wouldn't be hoping to haunt a fraternity house or something like that, would you?
Yeah, that's what's next on my list. I just got that assignment. They said I had to have some better clothes though.
Okay, well, we're going to have to spruce up your outfit then. In addition to sheets, there must be something more. You know, it's got to be.
I was thinking maybe some rusty chains.
Good. We have those. Follow me.
Could I mix those with maybe some pearls? So then I'll have that edge.
You're thinking of a ghost mer person type thing?
Yeah, something a little hip, a little more now, especially if I'm going to be haunting, college age kids. I don't want them to think that I'm just old and can be tossed aside.
All right. Well, here's your sheet. Here's your rusty chains. We're using a new system here of organizing our shelves. And how about a hex? What if I gave you the power to make all plastic cups disappear?
Oh, that would really shake them up at their parties. Could I also have the ability to make flames go very high in case they have a bonfire?
Yes.
I'll take that too.
I like your style.
Thank you.
So for 8 years, I sold paper cups.
I had a paper route when I was a kid. Had to wake up at 5 in the morning every day.
My brothers had a paper route and they rolled the papers on the dining room table and it marred it for life.
I watched Factory Mutual set fire to racks and racks of Dixie cups.
Fire is very frightening when you live by the hillside. Fortunately, nothing has happened yet this side.
When my brothers and I were younger, we once filled a super soaker with lighter fluid and made a homemade flamethrower.
The woman who delivers our paper left us a prayer in the driveway the other day.
Has anyone ever noticed that smell that comes out of paper cups? There's no other smell like it.
There's nothing to me as wonderful as the smell of wet concrete after a rain. And that's our show. Thank you, our dear audience, for joining us tonight for our final performance of the year for our group here. And we really are happy that you could share with us this fun occasion. Okay, cast, on the count of 3, let's give everybody in our wonderful audience a nice big bow. 1, 2, 3. Thank you again for joining us tonight, and happy holidays to everybody. Please share your love and stay safe in the world. Good night, everybody.
Night.